Hello, dear children. This is Teacher Mary. I welcome you all to the radio learning program. This program is produced by REP with support from UNICEF. I'm going to teach you social studies for P5 learners. So all P5 learners, get your notebooks and pens ready. Okay? And I appreciate our parents for supporting the children as they are learning from home. So children, are you ready for the lesson? Do you have your notebooks and pens? Okay. Let us first do a recap. Let's remind ourselves what we learned in the last lesson. What did we learn? What do you remember? Can you share with your parent? Okay, so this is what we learned. We learned of the social services like educational, security, and transport services. We learned about so many social services, but specifically, we looked at educational services, security, and transport services. So let us have a short break and we continue. Come along and play with us. Welcome back, children. So today, we are going to learn about other three social services: the medical services, banking services, and the market services. So if you have your P5 SST book, you can open on page 68 and 69. Open on page 68 and 69 of the P5 SST textbook. Are you there? Let us have a warm-up. Let us have a warm-up. Can you all stand up? Okay, we are going to sing together. I'm going to sing it first, and you will sing it with me the next time. After me. Oh, come and see the use of education. Oh, come and see the use of education. We have teachers because of education. We have doctors because of education. We have policemen because of education. Oh, come and see the use of education. Oh, come and see the use of education. We have teachers because of education. We have doctors because of education. We have policemen because of education. Wow, children, can you sit down? So, as I said, we are going to learn about social services. So, we are going to look at the medical services. What are the medical services and what are the service centers for the medical services? What are the medical services? So, medical services are important, and they are important social services in our province. So, we get medical services from hospitals, clinics, dispensaries, pharmacies, health centers. That is where we get the medical services. So the people who provide medical services include lab technicians, nurses, midwives, doctors like surgeons, dentists, and so many. So we are looking at the medical services. Now, what is the importance of having hospitals? What is the importance of having hospitals in our province? Okay? So hospitals helped provide medical services to people in different ways. So hospitals are important. The different ways are: 1, treating sick people. People get treated in hospitals. 2, immunizing children against diseases. So children always get immunized from hospitals. 3, teaching people how to control diseases. People are taught how to control certain diseases in the hospitals. And 4, teaching people about good nutrition. how people should eat and maintain a balanced diet. So that is the importance of having hospitals. We have looked at the medical services, and we've looked at where we get them, like from hospitals, clinics, dispensaries, pharmacies, and health centers. And the people who provide the medical services are lab technicians, nurses, midwives, doctors, and so many. So the next social service we are going to look at is the banking service. Banking services. So what are the banking services? What are they? So children, do you know banks? Okay. So a bank is a financial institution that provides and keeps money safe from theft. It's a financial institution that provides and keeps money safe. So banking is the act of keeping money in the bank. As simple as that. Banking is the act of keeping money in the bank. People who provide banking services include the bank managers, the bank accountants, and the bank cashiers. So these are the people who provide banking services: bank managers, bank accountants, and bank cashiers. What is the importance of having a bank in the province? What is the importance of banks? So 1, the banks keep money safe. The banks keep money safe. Banks provide loans and credit to people. And 3, banks help people to save money. And lastly, banks give interest on money kept in the bank. That is the importance of banks. So we've looked at the banking services. Now, let us look at the market services. And all that we are looking at are the social services. So let us look at the market services. What are the market services? What are the market services? Okay? So, many people in our province, they buy and sell products at the market. People buy and sell products at the market. And people who buy and sell goods at the market are called market vendors. People who buy and sell goods at the market are called market vendors. So markets are also important. We need markets. We need to have markets in our province. So markets are important in our province because, point number 1, they promote trade. That is the selling and buying of goods. People can easily sell and buy goods in the market. Point number 2, markets are a source of government revenue. The government can collect taxes from the markets, from the market vendors, the people who sell and buy goods. Also, markets help people fulfill their basic needs. People can go to the market and buy foodstuffs and the materials they need to use at home. So it is easy to access them in the market. And point number 4, markets promote unity and cooperation. People who work in markets are always united and they cooperate, and the moment they cooperate, they always come up with something developmental. Because they always find cooperatives in markets, and having a cooperative will help people come together, bring money together, and do something developmental. So we have looked at 3 social services. We've looked at the medical services, we've looked at the banking services, and we've also looked at the market services. And remember, we said social services are services of support provided to the people to improve their well-being. So medical services help people to improve their well-being. Banking services, they also help people to improve their well-being. They're able to save their money and they're able to get loans. And the market services help people to carry out the buying and the selling of goods. So we have looked at all the different social services which help people to improve their well-being. Let us have a short break and we continue. Come along and play with us. Welcome back, children. So we've looked at the social services. So we also need to care and preserve our social services. So we need to know, how can we care for our social services centers? How can we care or preserve our social services centers? So how can we do it, children? How can you do it? Okay? Have you thought about it? Have you shared it with your parent? So, social service centers, they need to be protected and well maintained for future use. They need to be protected. It is the responsibility of each and every citizen to take care of the service centers. We can maintain and care for the social service centers in the following ways. 1, by cleaning social service centers. We need to clean them. If it's the hospital, let us be able to clean them. If they are markets, maintain cleanness in the markets. Number 2, proper handling of property in social service centers. Every property you find in those centers, handle it very well. Maintain it and handle it well. And point number 3, how to maintain our social service centers. Point number 3 is respecting people who care for the social service centers. We need to respect our doctors. We need to respect the bank managers. We respect the market vendors. We respect our teachers and respect all the people who work in the centers. And point number 4, educating people about the proper use of social service centers. People may not know how to take care of them. They may not know how to use them. So people need to be educated. They need to know how to use the service centers, and they get to know which services are provided there, and they utilize the services in those centers. So point number 5, we can care for our social service centers by planting grass to control soil erosion in and around the social service centers. Planting grass is very important because it will protect you from having soil erosion in those areas. And lastly, we can protect our social service centers by guarding the centers, by keeping security in those places so that people do not break in and spoil the things in those centers. Come along and play with us. Okay, we have looked at the social service centers, how to maintain them, and how to take care of them. So children, we have come to an end of our today's lesson. So you need to know that social services are services of support provided to the people to improve their well-being. And earlier we had looked at the educational services, the transport services, and security services. So today we have looked at the medical services, the banking services, and the market services. So for your homework now, you are going to learn or research about important places in our province. It is going to be the topic of our next lesson. So thank you so much, children, for paying attention. It has been your teacher Mary teaching you this lesson. I hope you join me in the next lesson. Bye-bye.